Have you ever known anyone that could suck air in their butt like that?
This is the Greg Cote Show with Greg Cote.
Pardon it.
Here's your host, Greg Cote.
Okay, I want to start by congratulating Christopher for remembering his whole no hat Chris, sunglasses Chris bit. I thought sure you were going to completely forget that, so congrats on that.
I thought about punting on it, week one, just totally just mailing it in. But I was like,
Sure.
You know what, let's do this. So we're back. No hat, sunglasses Chris is back.
You know what? We're right now 3 men without hats. Men Without Hats, the name of a music group. And that's so weird because like on the Levitard show, everybody's wearing a cap. It's ridiculous. What are you guys playing? Baseball? You're all wearing ball caps.
They
I don't
did
get
safety
that.
dance, right?
Sorry that your head doesn't fit a hat. So you just like hate everyone that
I know.
can
I
actually
have a
wear
pin
a hat.
head.
Yeah, you do.
Right.
The point.
The
The
point.
point.
I like here going full Harry Carey hair today.
Yeah.
Am I?
Oh,
You
yeah.
did, yeah, exactly. You did once look like Martin Scorsese, and now you look like Harry Carey.
Harry
Go
Carey.
ahead, do it.
I have no idea what that means. What does Harry Carey mean?
Hi, everybody. If the Cubs are playing the Marlins.
The Barlands with a
The
B sound.
Marlins.
The Florida Barlands.
I'm Harry Carey.
I just did that as Greg. I'm Greg Cote.
That is an above average Harry Carey. I'm going to tell you that because it's so exaggerated.
Don't be I can do some impressions. Don't sleep on me.
Okay. Speaking of Men Without Hats, I'm a serial music listener. My latest love, I listened to it like 10 times in a row on the garage just before we came in here. I was a big fan of Lou Reed, who passed away a couple of years ago. And Keith Richards does a great rendition of I'm Waiting on the Man. If any of you love Keith Richards, the Rolling Stones, or Lou Reed, you got to look up that song because it's truly great. Their voices are simpatico. I'm
Were
also
you
very
weeping?
excited, speaking of music, of
Dad.
yeah.
Were you weeping?
was I weeping?
Yeah, you generally like sad music, so I just picture you in the garage like
No, I was not. I was not. I don't always love sad music. And in a couple of weeks, I think April 5th or something, 2 of my favorite musical artists of all time, Elton John and Brandi Carlile, have a new joint album coming out called Who Believes in Angels. Can't wait for it. I just am so excited by that collaboration. Collab, as the kids say.
That's why they're doing SNL, I guess, to promote that.
They're pushing it hard. They're doing SNL. They have a special on CBS and whatever.
There we go.
Pardon me. Hey,
Oh, sorry, everybody. I just had to cough for a little bit.
what are the CBS affiliates?
And we're back.
The CBS affiliates are like Paramount Plus is CBS.
That's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Paramount. All right, let's start this podcast. We have a ton to get to. I want to.
We started like 10 minutes ago.
That's a fair comment by you. Fair point. I want to update you all on our Final Four that you voted for. Our March Madness Final Four. We're going to reveal. I also want to do the etymology on the Cote family. I was referring to a fart as a pet because I think we can finally put that to bed. We have figured it out. We know the origin. We know why it happened. We know who invented it.
Jesus.
All that stuff. So we're going to.
Do you hear me talking today?
No, what?
Like,
What'd you say?
You're just powering through. I keep trying to get in, and you're like, I'm playing double dutch, and you're like, you're doing the ropes too fast, so I can't get in.
I'm sorry. What'd you say?
I don't even remember at this point.
Okay.
We do
All
have
right.
a guest.
Who's that?
Oh, my friend Pow.
Pow!
Pow Chrisol?
Pow.
All I know is
he's ready when we are. Pow has a story to tell about some weird things that happened at school today.
Okay.
Yeah. That's by the way, he's a teacher. Like that makes it
Yes.
sound like he's like an 8-year-old kid.
I'm not a friend with an 8-year-old that I'm going to invite onto the pod.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Okay. What's his name?
This guy is an A1.
Pow Chrisol.
This guy's an A1 Lebitard / Greg Cote show listener. He engages with us on social media all the time. I know this guy. I've met him in person at Moss Miami's. He's part of the Lauer After Hours crew.
Okay.
He's a good guy.
So he's a high school student,
High school teacher. and apparently, as I understand it, Spirit Week went awry. Yes.
All I know is every time I see his Twitter handle, I think of, is it Step Brothers? Pa!
Look out, pal.
Pa! Rob Riggle.
All right. You want me to bring him in?
I want you to introduce our guest as Harry Carey.
Oh, hiya, Pa.
Okay.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. Welcome. We're here with Harry Carey, the Greg Cote looking like Harry Carey, and we're bringing in Pow. Hey, Pow.
What up, dude?
How we doing?
My dad made me do that. I called him
He's
Harry
got that
Carey.
NASCAR audio today.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Oh yeah, Breaker
No,
19. Them Duke boys are at it again. I'll tell you what.
That is a lot better. That Christopher Bell audio is still giving me like nightmares. Anyway,
Yeah, that was pretty bad. It sounded like he was talking into a megaphone in 1947.
it made Michael look like good audio.
It did.
Right,
Michael
right.
from a submarine. Right. That's great. Powell, thank you for joining us.
Of course. Thank you for having me. Lovely.
Okay, this is me talking as a really old person, but you do look more like a high school student than a high school teacher.
I get that a lot. I'm a crisp 33, Greg. Believe it or not.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a wrinkled 70, so nice to meet you.
You don't look a day over 69, my friend.
I appreciate that. And thank you for landing on
What if
that
he likes
number,
the under?
baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you know it.
You do know it. Thank you. Paul, why are you here?
See how easy it is to play the Billy character? You just have to throw a couple and you know it's Adam, and
Absolutely.
you're already vibing with him.
Yeah. Well, he's the GOAT. So what can I say? Greg Cody's more like him. Am I right?
Hey, hello.
So
You got
why
that
I'm
right.
here today is to discuss a spirit day that we had today on campus. I'm a high school social studies teacher, and I teach video as well. But today's theme was bring something other than a backpack to carry your items.
Love
Okay.
that.
And I was talking to Yeti about this in a chat we had today. So this was I brought this cowboy foam hat.
Upside down cowboy hat. Love it.
I like it.
Wait, hold on. I don't know how.
No, we got you.
Screens. Okay.
Yeah, we got
Always
you.
funny.
But I was carrying around things in here,
There we go. Yep.
But what some students cleverly thought today is it didn't say like you couldn't bring human beings on the instructions. So like I want to say like a handful of kids today showed up with their younger siblings carrying all their items,
Yes.
and they've just been like traveling around in classrooms today, and like me and the social studies department have just been eating it up. I'm so upset I did not get one of them in my class.
Any shopping carts?
Yes, shopping carts aplenty. I want to say there's 3 or 4 of those. The little Target handheld red cart.
Nice. Yep,
We have
love
those
it.
going around.
The Cadillac of hand carts.
Like, did they just steal these from the store?
Yeah, they're bringing them back. Yeah, relax, Yeti.
We don't want to say any innocent
What are you,
until
the-
proven guilty. But
What are you, the cops?
They're borrowed. They're
Come
borrowed.
on, man.
But what about
One
the
thing
kids? Are the kids actually their siblings, or do they steal them too?
Yeah.
One was a cousin, which I thought was really cool.
How how is this like? How did they get on premises with these other children? And what about their school? Like, are they going to be marked absent and truant?
Well, I think some of them did get permission to bring their siblings, so I think the parents were calling into the other schools to let them know, like, hey,
Okay.
this is an okay thing. But I'm pretty sure one kid just said, "Oh, mom, I'm taking so and so to school," and then brought them here instead. Because the teacher asked, like, "Did you get permission to be here?" And the kid was like, "Oh yeah, totally." And she's like, "I believed him." That didn't happen. No, but yeah, yesterday was Western Day. Absolutely, I killed that. I ate. Okay. But today's a unique
Did you
one.
wear the cowboy hat now? maybe?
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
It gives off Jim Carrey and Dumb and Dumber, right? That's what we're going for.
Hold on. If I lower my seat, it'll fit.
There you go.
Yeah.
The best cowboy hat, the best outlandishly large cowboy hat was Norm Macdonald on an SNL skit.
Okay.
I think he was a game show or something.
I think his name was
Celebrity
Turd
Jeopardy?
Ferguson.
It
Turd
was
Ferguson.
Turd Ferguson.
There you go.
It's funny because it's a big hat.
Now, Paul, let me ask you, did anybody bring a wheelbarrow?
No, unfortunately not. We had when people get fired and they get the mailroom basket.
Yes.
We had a few of those. My dad's a
Nice.
mailman, so people delivered on that.
Okay. Yeah, I get it. I get the double entendre.
Yeah,
This
thank
guy's
you, thank you,
sharp as
thank
a
you,
tack. That one. Sharp as a marble, as my dad used to say.
Except for on Sundays, you know.
Yeah.
What
Okay.
about a burro?
No burros here in California, sadly. The
Any
burros were the
yeah.
younger siblings.
Any Mahomes?
Heyo.
Any Mahomes? No,
No.
maybe a few Kelseys.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you know, that's how it works in California.
Let,
We like
let
pop
me
stars.
ask you this. I am surprised. Maybe it's because I've been out of high school for so long, or I'm jaded
What
in
did you,
general.
what year did you graduate high school?
But
Would that have been
1972.
72? Yep.
I am surprised that in 2025, the whole concept of Spirit Day or Spirit Week still exists.
Why?
I'm the spirit champion from last year, and I'm tied for
Wow.
first this year. So I'm trying to really go big.
The
you
What do you
know?
mean there are standings?
The Spampian.
Yo, there are standings. Yes, it's a we have
Really?
a class. We have a class-wide competition where it's groups. So it's like the teachers versus each class, like sophomores, freshmen, juniors, seniors. But then there's a personal one where everybody in the school competes, and that's the one right here that I won last year as the rookie.
Wow.
I'm gonna win it again this year. So
Okay.
Wow.
Now you're in a situation of bribery potential where, in exchange for a good vote, you're like, you know what? I'm going to change that grade from a C minus to a B plus because I yeah, exactly.
sprinkle a little extra cred. Right?
Hello.
like
That's
the
right.
Salt Bay. Right, just giving that out there.
Greg was so
Walking around
lost.
That would be such a funny thing for a tea. Like, hey, who wants some extra?
I do like the little salt gesture.
There's some extra credit right there
Dad,
for you.
do you even know, Dad, what that is? Like, you're so
This
out
thing?
of out of pop culture. Like, do you even
It's
know what that is?
some chef or something, or
What?
I don't know. What is it?
It's a chef that went viral for ridiculously salting, like,
Yes.
His
Well,
name
I
was
do
Salt
that.
Bay.
Salt Bay.
So yeah, and I do that as an amateur chef. When you drop the salt from on high, it just spreads better. It's like better than going real low to the meat.
Yeah.
If you drop it on high, it's just fantastic.
You're lying,
Yeah,
though. I've never
just a
seen you
little
do
bit-
that. You've
Little
never
bit of
done
that
that.
there.
You've
Little bit
never
of this
done
there.
that. You've
But that's
never
how I give
done
extra credit. It's just
Right. So, Pow, where is your school located?
that. We don't
we
have to
are in
answer
Southern
that.
California.
Okay.
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 Probably like 15 minutes from downtown LA. We're the next. Unfortunately, Altadena, we're like the next city over, like two cities over. So
And-
the whole week that the fires happened, we had to cancel school. So
Oh wow.
Jesus.
so we got an
Okay.
extra week of Christmas vacation.
And
Oh, wow.
how did you do personally in terms of your house being okay?
And answer
It's
that with the
luckily,
hat. Leave the hat on for the answer, please.
Well, I reckon my house is fine. It's luckily been doing okay. I live in Glendora, which is like 10 miles away from where I'm at right now. It's next to Raging Waters, the Rage, as it's known in these parts.
Right.
And we have, we're known as the Pride of the Foothills, so we have wildfires pretty much almost every summer.
Okay. You guys are too young to remember a black and white sitcom. I think it was black and white called Bewitched.
Oh,
we
of
know
course.
Bewitched.
Dad,
And
I grew
think
up watching
that
that.
I think that the bad witch on that series was named Glendora. No.
She is now.
Yeah. Thank
Mhm.
you.
I know Will Ferrell was in Bewitched, but that's not the black and white version.
That's like one of the only movies I ever walked out of in my whole life.
Mhm.
Hated that movie. That movie was
Mhm.
terrible.
I stopped.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like Yeti's boring video to Mike. I only watched like a couple minutes and then I was out.
Greg doesn't know this.
Dad, are you talking about Malvina?
Indora.
It was Endora.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that name is Outdora now. Her name's Glendora now.
I hear that. Boy, I love this guy.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to hire Pow as a regular guest on our podcast.
Wow.
In
I
place
want to
of
say
Yeti.
that I'm
No,
the
just
person
kidding.
who advocated for 3 Facts Jack and dad jokes to stay. That was this guy
Wow.
right here.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay, this guy
every,
gets it.
He's
every
pandering.
Friday in my classroom we do Feel Good Friday where I allow the kids to tell jokes. And
Really?
Yeah. So they bring them. Let me tell you.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah. So I've been thinking about a couple. Maybe I might just send in your way because you're a hardworking man. You got
Yeah, I am.
Tuesdays to write all those back in my days that you're producing, right? So
Thank
it's just
you.
you got all these things to put out there. And
Yeah, I appreciate it.
what's wrong with helping out
Right.
a legend?
Well, we're out of time, pal.
Yeah.
I think we need to let you go.
Dad, he's playing you like a fiddle right now. That's what he's doing.
What are you talking about? He's complimenting me. He knows how to play me.
Whoa.
And you know it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Anything
get out my
said
guitar
where-
and start overcompensating in just a minute.
Anything said wearing that hat is funny to me. I'm sorry. It's just Norm McDonald Jr. over here.
Kind
It's
of like
great.
Greg. It's like Greg Cote batting cleanup for a baseball team. It's just
Yeah,
funny.
Thank you.
I bought this for the Super Bowl last year, and I was thinking, do I buy a hat for one occasion, or do I get it in my school's colors so I could wear it all the time?
There we go.
Wow.
Obviously, I'm a genius because the big brain that fits inside this hat. So I
Yeah.
bought it.
And what is the nickname of your school?
We are the Wildcats.
The Wild. What a generic nickname.
No, but look at the cat, though. I mean,
Oh wow, we're
Okay.
showing the logo and
Yeah.
everything. All right, good.
See,
Oh,
Greg, is that
well-
credible enough now?
Yeah.
It is
Okay,
credible.
well,
How
so-
he was so worried. He's like, we should say the school name so people don't think we're just getting on a random friend to make up a story.
Right.
oh no. I mean, real Hoopers know. You know,
Yeah.
they know Pow. They know what I
Okay.
do.
They know. They know.
I educate as a great person would said. I educate the youths. You know.
Yeah. Exactly. So what's your room number?
All right.
And where are your children? You're in dereliction of your duty.
They're in. So luckily, my class. I have two classrooms since I teach video. I'm in the side where we kind of go over more academic stuff. But right now, they're in. Some of them are in the sound room. Some of them are in front of the green screen. Some of them are on campus filming. So they're all around.
Free range children.
I'm sprinkling them around.
Oh, you
I
literally
like that.
are like teaching right now. I thought this was like after school or something. Like, it's,
20 minutes, we'll be done.
Okay.
because like 3:00. I thought school was over.
They're
by
working on
3.
projects right now. So when they work on projects, sometimes it's like if they need my help, they'll ask me. But then
See, this is the teacher. This is the teacher I wanted when I was in high school. The young, hip teacher wearing a funny cowboy hat. That's the
Yeah.
you. I'm not buttering you up here, but you must
Yeah,
be
you-
super popular with your students.
Wow.
You know, I've come to realize I am. They think I'm a quirky guy, so they enjoy my sense of humor. Right? You know, all you have to do is throw in a few no caps, fam.
Yeah.
As
you
do
know,
we.
and
I don't know how much Yeti's enjoying it, but me and my dad are enjoying this.
Yeah.
Slay
for sure.
King. Oh my god, they love a good. When I tell them go off, King, they're like, I will go off, Mr. Ware. I mean, Mr. Powell. I'm like, yeah, you will.
Funny. And on that note, we'll let you know. Let you go. You and your hat. We've enjoyed it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, vote for the little drummer Dan for March Sadness.
Oh yeah.
12 seed Cinderella Power right here, okay?
Wow.
This princess is looking to go to the ball, top 5 balls.
I want to endorse this candidate. I insist that this candidate pull a 12/5 upset.
Is it my birthday?
Isn't every day.
That kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah,
Before-
that kind of thing.
And I know it.
And you know it. Okay. All right. On that note,
Good job.
thank you,
Well,
Paul.
thank you guys. Yeah, you know, if you guys ever need if you guys ever want to have like a no backpack day at the studio, you know, you want Taylor to carry around your things or Tony to do so.
It's a great
Honestly,
idea.
it's worth
Don't
it.
hate
It's
that.
a great vibe. You
I
know,
don't hate that.
I think this was our first and last non-backpack day from what I
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
because the admin, when they found out that there were kids that weren't our kids on campus, the scramble was eggs. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
This guy gets an egg joke. So
Okay.
dang
All
it,
right.
egg.
Bye, pal. Love you. Talk to you soon.
Bye guys, I love you.
Okay. See y'all.
That was a quick. How did he get out of the Zoom so fast? Or did you?
Oh.
That was you, Yeti.
He was vying for my job. I was ready for it.
That was Yeti. I've never seen someone leave a Zoom after their final goodbye. Like that was Yeti had that X waited.
That went on a little long, but I thought he was great.
No, pal's,
Wow, like,
pal's great.
I love how you literally could not have been nicer to him, and as soon as he leaves, you say that went a little long.
No, I'm just, I mean,
I
kind
thought
of
that was.
thing.
I honestly thought that was great. He was great.
No, it was fun. It was fun. All right, let's start the podcast.
You know what? Let's take a break.
All right, we're coming back, right?
We just did. I don't know why you're saying that on air.
All right. Well, thank you to Pow. I have no idea whether that's his real name, Pow, or anything else, but it's a beautiful name.
Welcome back, everybody.
Pow Gasol is his favorite basketball player. So
It has
he is
to be.
Pow Chrisol on Twitter. You can find him there.
Ah,
But doesn't spell
Okay.
it the same way. Interesting.
okay.
He loves
So-
him so much that he stole the nickname while spelling it differently.
Yes, I like it.
I love that. I've never heard of that.
So we have an action-packed episode, and we want to get later. I want to really go in depth on the Cote family calling farts pets and that has led.
There's nothing to that other than it's a French word. Your mom grew up, you heard the word pet, you call a fart a pet. I love it's like I want to get into the etymology. It's like it's just a stupid phrase.
There's a lot going on.
Okay.
There's a lot going on that we have unearthed.
Please move
referencing the pet.
backups from your microphone, please. Thank you.
Okay. Now, but before we get to that, I want to update you all. You, our wonderful audience, have voted by the hundreds, by the several hundreds,
maybe 1,000 total.
It could be if we're being generous.
No,
it could be. But
maybe our voting system was a little flawed.
Okay, this was our March Madness bracket from last week's episode. Hark back and listen if you haven't. And right now we are winnowing 20 nominees in 4 categories down to our final 4. Okay, so this is big. Number 1 seed from the Marches division, March of 77, when I lost my virginity, with a landslide 77.2%. How about that?
That deserves to be a 1 seed. I mean, that was a powerhouse. We knew that wasn't losing in its bracket.
Okay.
Like it dominated its bracket.
Number 2 seed from the Balls division, some may call this an upset. Lucille Ball is the winner with 46.9% in a narrow comeback victory over my own balls.
Lucille beats Greg's balls.
Wait, so
right?
Wait, so we determined this seeding based off of who just had the highest percentage of votes or their margin of victory over second?
No, it's like any other Final Four where
he's just taking the winner.
Yeah, winning percentage, biggest winning percentage versus number 4 is the least winning percentage, and then 2 versus 3 in the middle.
No, I know that yet for each category he's picking the winner. I'm saying, how did he determine the seedings? Like first seed overall is...
No, I just told you it's the highest overall winning percentage versus the lowest, and then 2 versus 3.
Right.
Okay. So the number 3 seed from the brackets division, the famous angle bracket used in carpentry with 38.9%. And the number 4 seed from the baskets division, the phrase "to hell in a handbasket" with 32.4%. So that means you all have to look for our 2 Final Four polls online starting today, starting Monday. And the 2 polls will be number 1, I lose my virginity, versus number 4, to hell in a handbasket. And number 2, Lucille Ball, versus number 3, the angle bracket.
I cannot believe Lucille Ball won.
I know.
That was a shocker. That was late last night. That one pulled through. The Greg's balls were dominating everything, and then last night Lucille just took the lead.
Yeah.
I just was having dreams about the potential matchup of my dad's virginity versus his balls in the championship. Like I can't believe we're not going to get to see that.
Okay. I like our Final Four. I really do.
What is Lucille Ball doing in there? Did her PR people see the poll and they're like, we got to get her in the final?
She's a legend. I mean, she's big.
I love her. I love Lucy.
Yes.
But it's like, oh man, your balls. I wanted your balls.
No, I know that, but we don't need my virginity and my balls in the same Final Four.
That's a mature championship.
Yes. Yeah. And I love the Final Four. Go vote and vote and vote often, because it's going to be a wonderful Final Four. And we'll bring you the final results in next week's episode, which next week's episode, by the way, will also be our cruise episode.
Oh boy, the boys are going on a cruise.
Yes, we are.
With our
wives. Why don't you tee that up? Tell us where the hell we're going.
I love that you don't know after I've told you 20 times where we're going.
I know.
Does he even know when? Because last week he didn't.
Yeah.
I know St. Kitts is one of the things.
You only know that because I told you 7 times. Last week, you thought we were leaving on Friday.
Okay. Yes, I did.
Do you now know we're leaving Saturday? Do you now know we're leaving Saturday?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
We're going to St. Kitts. We're going to St. Thomas. We're going to Cote, which is the Royal Caribbean private island, which is honestly my favorite because it's really cool. But
we are going on the biggest cruise ship ever made.
We are.
And I don't know the name of that either.
It's the Icon of the Seas.
The Icon of the Seas.
I mean, we should be paying Royal Caribbean for this kind of advertising. I mean, they should be paying us for this kind of advertising.
Yeah. Okay. Come on. We're cruising out of the port of Miami. I want you all to fly down here and wave at us as we're leaving the port.
I am getting mad at you, Dad. I'm getting mad because your voice is getting dry and it's reminding me of how little water you've drank today.
Right. It's true.
How much, I want you to go ahead now and tell the audience the liquid that you've put into your body today.
Coffee. That's it.
Sad, dude.
I know. I'm sorry. It's not like I'm speaking into a microphone or anything. It's not like my voice has to be good.
Why don't, me and Yeti will carry a couple minutes. Go get a goddamn water.
Okay. All right. I promise. And then we're going to, you know what? I want to do Gripes of Wrath early in this episode. I want to get to Gripes of Wrath as soon as I come back. Jack.
I honestly, Yeti, want to just sit here and shake my head for a minute. I know I don't want to bash my dad right now, but it's really alarming how little he prioritizes.
Not to mention that, it's the overall caffeine consumption as well. There's no inventory taken there. You can overdose on caffeine and it can really mess your heart up. Look, and I drink plenty, but I do monitor how much I take in. And it's disconcerting, but
I don't know what to do because I don't do this on air. I call him and I really try to emphasize to him God, man, go for a walk with your dog who has crazy amounts of energy, drink a few waters, and you will feel better.
Yeah, he'll feel better. He'll sound better. He might last a little longer in this world.
Yes.
Which I guess is the number one priority.
Yeah. Dad, don't make us do an intervention with you.
What's that?
Don't make us do an intervention. Take your dog for a walk once a day, walk a mile, and drink water more. These are not difficult things to install into your life. We want you to stay. Dad, this is coming from.
Don't shake him off, Greg.
We want you to be around longer. You are 70 years old now. Less caffeine. Caffeine can't be great for your heart. It is.
I have the heart of a lion.
See, there you go. I know you don't want to do
lion. Thank you.
I know you hate this. Go ahead.
I teed Yeti up and he knocked it out of the park.
Well, I had competition today, so I'm feeling a little self-conscious.
How good does that taste? That water? Your body right now, the insides of your body right now, are throwing a party.
My organs are dancing.
They are what is this liquid?
I tell you what.
No cream, no sugar.
My intestines and my liver are doing a do-si-do.
This must be a Michelob Ultra. No, this is not a Michelob Ultra. This must be a seltzer. It's water. He must be in the shower. Yeah. Did he just drink a little shower water?
Yeah. By the way, I think one of our 3 facts, Jack, may or may not involve a shower. So look forward to that.
Okay.
Well, too bad we have to get to. Too bad we have to get to Gripes of Wrath first.
All right, let's gripe it.
Annoyances, complaints. Greg's got grievances out the ass, so buckle up, Buttercup. It's time for Greg Cote's Gripes of Wrath.
I think I just said Firth. Go ahead.
You said what?
I was let's get to that Firth.
Like Colin.
Okay, Gripes of Wrath. This is a big one I've had for a long time. Men who wear tank tops. Guys, I know you work out. You're proud of your body. You have biceps out the ass. You have nice shoulders. Your muscles are rippling. You want to show everything off. I get it. Guess what? Please don't. Nobody wants to see your armpits. Tank tops at the beach, maybe okay. But when I see Popeye strutting around in a tank top in a grocery store, I want to gag. And when I see a tank top walk into a restaurant, it should be flat out illegal. We're trying to eat over here. Do society a favor, Mr. Universe. Spend a couple extra bucks and buy a shirt with sleeves on it. Tank tops.
I'll only push back on at the beach. It's 100%. You're maybe at the beach. No, at the beach, it's obviously allowed.
Okay.
And and I think you should be arrested for walking into some restaurants with your boat shoes when they get as smelly as they are.
Why?
Like it's way more offensive to me, the smell of those boat shoes, than anyone wearing a tank top at a restaurant.
You remember the first time Jane met you? You stumbled into that Cuban restaurant, and for a brief moment, she wondered if it was a vagrant off the street.
that was in his like disheveled.
That was 2021. Yeah, like still like post-COVID beard, but not all the way out of it yet. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
I think I just couldn't picture that picture. Not to be redundant.
And he did kind of stumble. Like I don't. It was fitting. And,
wow.
Yeah. So but you walked into a public place looking like that. I mean, who are you to judge, Greg?
Maybe it's just like there's a funny character, and this is going to be obscure, but the people that do get it will laugh. From Schitt's Creek, like the character, like the mechanic Bob. Like that old guy. He always he'd always like fall into scenes. Like he would never just like walk into a scene. He would always just like.
Right. Yes.
Like, he'd always be like running and like, like doing one of those like standing still, like as if you're running. Like, hey, man, yes, good to see you.
Character.
That guy was hilarious, and that's what I imagine. That's what I imagine my dad entering that restaurant and like
Zagak.
That you remember in Seinfeld how Kramer would always enter a scene like skidding into a room or something. That's a great comedic effect. I love it. Okay,
Chris Collinsworth on Sunday Night Football, the slide in to start the broadcast, similar.
Okay.
Do you know what that is? I actually heard him because that was a famous thing on the internet on Sunday night. Every night you'd see the GIF of like him doing his slide in. And do you know why that was? It's because Al Michaels had it in his contract that it started with just him.
Really?
Oh, wow.
That it was like. That's why he doesn't do it anymore with Tirico, because Mike Tirico doesn't have like an obnoxious clause of I need to have a minute of setting the stage before I bring in the analyst.
Wow.
I love that as a way to kind of mock the contract. Like let me just be goofy and do my own thing that kind of steals the spotlight a little bit.
I think it's an old school I'm making fun of him, but it's like it sounds like an old school broadcastery thing, kind of like the famous Howard Cosell, like you are looking live, like where you really set the scene. But why can't Collinsworth be in the shot? Like it's not that big a deal.
Yeah, well. At the same time, Al Michaels is a legend. I think he's 80, right? 80, 82. Yeah. And if you're still doing your thing at that age...
He probably drinks water.
You think?
Yeah.
I wouldn't...
I bet he drinks a lot of water.
80 years old.
Yeah. How old?
80.
Okay. All right. Probably drinking a little brown liquid too, if you catch my drift.
Yeah, Dad, I'm not saying you can't have some of the good stuff, but let's just try to let a little daily foundation. Dad, when I wake up, I am not a beacon of health, for God. Like, I'm not like lecturing here, but I wake up in the morning and I like down like a full cup and a half of water, just because like I feel like I need it. It's such like a great part of my morning of just like like I'm like rehydrating my body. Like,
right. I should drink more water.
Yeah,
I should.
Google's AI overview does confirm that while it's a humorous internet meme that Al Michaels does not drink water, in reality, he likely does drink water like anyone else.
Wow.
Thank you for that.
Good for Al. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to drink more water. Bank on it.
All right.
Okay. Let's finally get to letting a pet. Okay. Now, this has come up, I think, a couple of times on our show and on the Levitard show, because I still use the phrase let a pet. Who let a pet? The Cote family referred my whole childhood to farting, breaking wind, whatever, as letting a pet. And I grew up thinking that was just a cute phrase, less vulgar sounding than fart. I just thought they were making up a word to refer to a fart. I come later to learn that in France, the word for fart it's actually spelled Peter, like Peter, but it's pronounced pate. And so that's the origin of pet, right? Like I love etymology and that interested me.
We never discussed that before. I feel like I looked that up and we talked about that.
Not on this show. Briefly on Levitard.
Yeah, it's French.
Not really here.
Like le pet.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, but my mother's background is in France.
French Canadian. Yeah, that's what I mean.
I think my dad's is more French Canadian.
Oh.
Okay, but I come to learn this week that the background of the pet in France goes much deeper and much further.
Are you purposely talking really slow right now?
He is slowed
Like,
down. Don't almost
well,
stop.
Like,
Okay,
are
this
you
is
purposely
educational-
talking at 0.5 speed, or
This
are
is-
you just trying to annoy me?
This is educational information, which
Just-
I want to be sure I get correctly.
But that's what I mean.
Okay.
But it might be like, let's just, let's.
Okay, in the turn of the century, as the 1890s were turning into the 1900s, there was a man in France named Joseph Pujol, like Albert Pujols, but without
Right.
the S.
It was actually his great grandfather.
Okay, his nickname. He was a performer who farted on stage, which I found fascinating. His nickname was Le Petomane, Petomane, Le Petomane, and he used to bend over. This was, I think, in the silent movie age.
Go on.
I don't think there's any audio of it, but he used to bend over and blow out a candle.
Whoa.
It was like 3 feet, like 3 yards, 10 feet. That's how strong his pets were. Okay. He actually performed. He was a famous performer for a brief period of time in France. When your mother and I went to France last time, we actually went to the famous Moulin Rouge nightclub. He performed at the Moulin Rouge. That's how big he was for a time, as a man who was on stage essentially showing off his flatulence.
Now, I've said pet my whole life, like you, because you've said it.
Right.
Excuse me. I've always thought the pet was like the smaller of the farts. Like, I never call, like, if I have like a big, like that's not a pet. A pet
It is a
one.
pet.
A pet is one that like sneaks out. You barely hear it. Oh, I let a little pet. Like,
Right.
that's how I've always used, because you said that he did a pet and it like blew a cat. Like, that's a fart. Like, pets and farts.
Yeah,
To
that's
me,
a
the pet.
blast. Yeah.
To me,
Yeah.
the pet is the small, weakest version of a fart.
Okay. My personal pet, I think all farts are pets, but we're
No,
you know,
it goes.
that's
it goes
open to debate.
It goes pet, fart, ripping ass.
Okay, my favorite pet is the one that sounds like an off-key musical instrument in a brass section, like the pet that goes. You know
Yeah,
what
we
I'm
didn't-
saying?
No, we didn't
What'd
hear
you,
that.
no, we didn't hear it. What'd you
Yeah.
do? Turn original sound on.
Yeah, Zoom's not picking it up, buddy.
Why wouldn't Zoom pick that up?
Because
By the way,
it's-
Hang on.
My least
censorship.
favorite, my least favorite pet is Ollie.
Mine is Jumpin' Charlie. Believe me, that's a musical pet.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm
All right,
glad we-
we've
I'm
talked
glad-
enough
I'm glad-
about
No,
pets.
real quick. What I love is that the Wikipedia article on this guy refers to his like basically Le Petromane or Maine Le Petromane.
Yeah,
Gucci Mane?
It's man. It's pronounced
Man.
yeah,
Gucci Mane?
Le
It,
Petomane.
It translates basically to fartomaniac, and
Right.
which is wonderful. But the profession is called a flatulist, which I love.
Isn't that great?
That's great too. Have you ever known anyone that could suck air in their butt like that and push it right back out? Because that's how he would do it. I have one
Yeah,
friend who could.
I have not. No.
Bizarre, absolutely bizarre.
Well, never mind. I was going to say something.
Go ahead.
I a friend of ours, a family friend, Dad, who's now
Yeah.
a grown woman. When we were younger, she might have been known to do the thing women can do. That's like
Oh,
not
no.
a fart. I don't know if it's one of those words. I don't know how inappropriate this is.
Go ahead.
We could always bleep it. Queef.
Go ahead.
Sorry, is this too inappropriate? Dad, do you know what a
I don't
queef
think
is?
he heard you.
A what?
A queef.
No, I don't know what that is.
That's when a girl can.
It's a front fart, Greg.
It's a front fart.
Oh wow.
And
No.
someone you know that
Oh,
we
no.
know that we grew up with, you know,
Your dad's
Maybe-
search history is about to go terrible, man.
Maybe
As
her
if it
last name-
wasn't already bad.
her last name rhymes with.
Oh no!
Oh God. No.
I'm gonna have to cut all this out.
Yeah. Let's bleep that out. I have never heard of. I feel so naive right now. I have never heard of that word you used. I'm shocked, and I don't shock easily. Trust
Well,
me.
bleep out her name. Don't bleep out everything.
Okay. Bleep out what her distinctive last name rhymes with. Bleep that out.
I'm gonna change the subject real quick.
It was the daughter, by the way, not the mom. I don't know who you're thinking of.
Okay. Listen, before we leave the whole subject, I just want to give you a quick fun fact. This is not a political statement. This is not a political jab.
That's always political stuff that comes after this.
The British refer to a fart as a trump or trumping. I'm just stating a fact.
That can't be a new thing, though.
I am just stating a fact.
He's so mad all the time.
That is funny, like the idea of like a president like being named like Steve Pett.
Or Donald Fart.
Donald Fart.
Okay.
I got a package from a listener.
Yeah?
Let me see your package.
Baby. All right, so this is from a friend of the show.
This is not a listener. This is a godsend.
Yeah. This is, A1 listener for us, for Lebitard, does all sorts of work in the background. Rage Against Twitter. He's the one who arranged all the birthday cameos for your last birthday, including our limited fake Pitbull.
Wow. He is a huge help when it comes to suies.
Big time. Like, yeah.
The biggest, I'd say.
So I just opened this up right before we started recording, and it was ingratiated with this mystery crate and a little dabble do ya. So he sent me.
Wow, so he's a good artist too. That's a nicely drawn thing.
It was Brew Cream.
Oh, wow.
So there's that.
It's
also,
upside down. Yeah, it's upside down. You just showed us, but it's fine.
There you go. Brew
There
Cream.
we go.
Wow.
They aren't paying me anyway.
Yeah. I love it.
And then he sent me.
We should send them that jingle we have and be like, hey,
I've tried.
Okay.
Have you really?
Oh yeah, a Hollywood masterpiece, starring Greg Cote of the Greg Cote Show with Greg
wow.
Cote. Absence of Malice.
Oh my God. Do I make the final cut? Like, am I on it? Have you?
I have no idea. He was not able to find you. I know that because he was letting me know. And we will.
Dad, what do you mean? Did you make the final cut? You've seen the movie.
I know exactly what. I don't know how that's edited for a CD or whatever.
The movie.
I know I made the movie. I have seen my scene. I know exactly what my scene is.
I know
Tell
it
me,
too,
because I've been trying to find it, Greg.
Dude, I'm telling you, dude. I've watched the movie. My dad has like 70s hair. You're probably looking for the wrong guy. You probably see him and don't even know it's him.
Are you sitting in the background in the newsroom?
Yes.
Is it that clip I sent you that's in the trailer?
It's basically them making a little L shape in like down a hallway, and you just see my dad. He's like sitting on like a desk, like reading a paper.
Yeah. All right, listeners, you're going to get to this before I am. The first person to send me a screenshot of actual Greg Cote, it'll have to be verified by Greg and Chris. I'll get you a shirt from the store.
Or the video, the little like 5-second GIF where you because it's a walk-by scene where you see him the whole way.
Chris and Greg will verify that it's him. I'll send you a shirt from the store.
I think I'm on scene for 4 or 5 seconds, and it's not deep background. Like I'm within talking distance of Sally Field or whatever.
You're like
should have let a pet.
You're literally sitting on a desk. Maybe you're not reading a newspaper. In my mind, you're reading a newspaper, like leaning, half sitting on a desk that they walk right by that desk, so they're right near you.
I wish they'd have you doing your pencil game where you try to stick the pencils in the ceiling.
Yeah.
As I remember it, I was reading or holding a newspaper.
You're a writer, not a reader.
Like I was reading because I was an actor.
And how long did that take?
Hal Habib and I did it, and I think the two of us went to the Herald for 2 or 3 nights in a row.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They gave us free food. They recorded this so it wouldn't interrupt with the Herald. They recorded this. They had us go there at like 3 a.m. or something. And we did it for like 3 nights in a row.
Is it a thing you were a background for like 3 or 4 scenes, but only got seen in one of them kind of thing?
Yeah, probably. Because we were definitely being recorded all 3 nights we were there, and
because the scene in which you are a background person couldn't have taken more than like an hour and a half to shoot, even if you take multiple takes, because like it was such a quick, just like nothing walking by scene.
Yeah, the one thing I remember is that they had a good spread of food. Like they didn't pay us, but you definitely got to eat.
And this was in the Greg Cote marijuana era.
What year would that have been? When did the movie come out?
Let's see.
Early 80s.
1981.
81?
Yes.
Yeah.
Within your era.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that you never know. I mean, that could have been
stems and seeds.
If it was before kids, there may have been a little herb involved. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, we got to get to herb of the week.
Speaking of,
the Greg Cote Show with Greg Cote presents Greg Cote's Top 20 Herbs. Here's Greg Cote with your herb of the week.
Okay, executive producer Chris Cote informed me last week that he wanted me to remind you of the countdown every single week. So, number 20, of course, was Acmella oleracea, the toothpick plant. Number 19, Herb Adderley, Hall of Fame cornerback. Number 18, non-irradiated bay leaves. Now, number 17 in our herb top 20 countdown. He weathered a stock market crash and a nation spiraling downward into the Great Depression. From 1929 to 33, he was the 30th president of the United States, Herb Hoover.
Did they call him that?
I'm sure his best buddies did.
Hey, Herbie. No, I think he was Herbie.
Herbie Hoover. No, we're sticking with herbs here. You know, we're not going Herbert. We're not going Herbie.
Okay.
Congrats.
Herb in it.
Yes, congrats. Herb Hoover. His legacy, his legend is now feathered and enhanced.
I just love the idea of some family member, some long lost family member. Not long lost, but just like a long time ago, like someone that's with us today that is just like, what list was he named on? Greg Cote's top herbs of all time? And he's what number?
17.
Great Grandpa Herbie made it.
He's number 7.
Yeah, that's right.
Just after bay leaf.
Yeah, he does have grandsons and granddaughters who may or may not be listening to this podcast right now, who are just enriched and ebullient.
I love the idea of his like great granddaughter's like, you know, son-in-law. Just like somebody who's in the family that listens to this show that's like, yeah, I am technically a distant relative of Herb Hoover.
I like
and
it.
like and then like weeks ago when we came up with this list, them like telling the whole family of like, I can't wait to see where great grandpa is on this list.
Yes.
And
Yes.
and to be let down by you putting a former president just behind bay leaf at 17.
You know what? I'm calling out any of Herb Hoover's relatives, however distant. If you're a relative of Herb Hoover, let us know at thegregcodyshow.com, and you too will get a free T-shirt if we can vet you and find out that you're not lying.
I want to get them on the show. I would love a distant relative.
That would be great.
That's what I meant when I said long lost. I meant a distant relative of Herb Hoover.
They're all distant at this point. Even his great-great-grandkids are probably in their 50s.
Margaret Hoover is an American commentator, and she's 47 years old. We got to get her on.
Wow. And who does she commentate for?
If it's Fox, do you not want her on? I don't know. Let me see.
No, I'll have her on.
Go ahead. Keep her. I'm sorry for interrupting.
No, absolutely get her on, though. I'm serious. A couple of things.
I honestly want it to be more obscure than that. I'd rather it be just like, you know, Margaret Hoover's son that's like 22, and he's just like, what's up, bro? Yeah. Grandpa Hoove?
Right.
He's lit. I heard he was lit.
I want any of Herb Hoover's relatives on my podcast. Okay, they have an open invitation. Okay, I was going to admit something that professionally, when you're the only sports columnist for a newspaper, there's no good time to take a vacation. But especially in my case, because when we're in the sailing the Caribbean this week.
Oh, you're gonna miss Marlins opening day.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss Marlins opening day, and bigger than that, I'm going to miss Jimmy Butler's return to Miami, where I expect him and hope that he is vociferously booed.
No, I can't believe, like, you were so wrong about this.
You think he's going to be cheered?
I think you might hear a smattering of boos, but I think the Heat are going to take you got to do the classy thing if you're the Heat here. You can't, it makes you look like you are like super butthurt about all of this. Like you are. No, what you want to do is you want to come off to Jimmy like we're the Miami Heat, and you were here and you were fine for us, but be gone with you. We're gonna be fine without you. Like we don't need to sit in this like bad breakup, wishing ill upon our like spouse. No, the Heat are gonna do the healthy thing. They're gonna announce him, because the way they usually do it is when it's a former person during the starting lineups. Michael Biamonte. Because for every other person, it's going to be like number 22, this guy, number 32, this guy. Right. For all the opposing team. But for Jimmy, he'll be like, and number 22, Jimmy. So he's going to do that. He's going to give him that. Nope, they're going to give him that. They give everybody that returns that. They're going to give him that. And during like the first or second quarter, there will be a minute, 45-second long shows all his big highlights, shows when he's like, at the Thanksgiving, giving the turkeys to the kids, like all the thank you for all the community stuff.
Okay.
And then he'll get, and I'm not saying you might see, I actually think if I don't know about the fans actually. I know what the Heat are going to do because the Heat know they can do that stuff. And then if the crowd is just booing the whole time, they get credit for doing the right thing. And the crowd still like, that's how we feel. Yeah, we're with you. We actually agree with the crowd.
I'm actually glad I brought this up because you and I could not disagree more. I think you underestimate the level of discord and the burned bridge between Jimmy Butler and Pat Riley, who still runs the show.
You are so out of the game of like a relationship, and when you break up with someone, you don't want Jimmy to know that you are that hurt about it. So you move on and you act mature about it, even though to your friends behind the scenes, you're like, I hate that guy. I hope he's never happy again. I hope he loses. But publicly, you show face and you are respectful.
All right. Neither one of us knows who's right here.
We're going to see. I'm excited.
Right. And you may be right for all I know. But I think that he's not going to be mostly cheered. I think he's going to be mostly booed. I do not think the club is going to introduce him with fanfare. And I do not think the club is going to have a tribute video. You
don't think they do any of that?
Nope.
You don't think you think they say number 22, Jimmy Butler?
Yes.
That I will bet like you could not be more wrong about that.
Okay. If you lose, you sleep in the backyard overnight.
I mean, how about if I lose, I'll sleep on my balcony of my cruise.
Okay.
I mean, Dad, that is just the fact that you don't even think, because the least they could do is just like of a graphic thanks Jimmy, just like a thanks Jimmy, like benign, no video. But like they always do the Michael Biamonte, like, and making his return, number 22, Jimmy Butler. Okay. And then let the crowd boo. See, remember, I don't want you to think, I'm not predicting that the crowd will all cheer. Like, I think that you're going to hear more cheers than you think, but I think there will be some boos as well. I think it'll be a mix.
Yeah, I don't think it was that bitter of a thing. It's just they should have let him go last summer.
Right.
Dealt him last summer. That's it. It's not like it was a year long or 2 years long of embittered garbage.
Yeah, and Mike Ryan said it best. Like, if you didn't think this was how this was going to end, you haven't followed Jimmy Butler's career. He does this everywhere. And like, it's more on like, you could point the blame of, hey, you should have seen this coming with Jimmy.
He just held on a little too long.
You should have either paid him or gotten rid of him a year, 6 months ago. So it's like, I think the Heat can even look in the mirror and be like, Jimmy's Jimmy. Like, let's look like professionals here. I can't believe you think the Heat, they're the last organization in all of sports that I would say would ever go petty with something like this.
You may be right. And I agree that what you're espousing is the high road, is the classy thing to do.
And you can you're almost teeing the fans up to boo him to his face. If you don't acknowledge him.
Pat could, and maybe Pat does this, offer bonuses to anyone who like outscores Jimmy or shuts him down, like give stat bonuses. Then like that would be something he could do behind the scenes.
Or hey, let's if he goes to the hole,
he likes to get knocked down on the ground.
Yeah, we're gonna let him wear it. We're gonna put our fourth string center in, and we're gonna let him get those 5 fouls.
I will say that both personally and professionally, that's a game I don't want to miss. Like, that's the one time on our cruise. I don't care about Marlins opening day. That's the one time on our cruise that I wish I were there.
Well, first of all, we should be able to, like, they should have TNT. It's a national game. Like, TNT is doing it. So we should be able to see it from our ship. And also, that Marlins opening day game is going to be the only intriguing game of the entire season.
Right. That's true.
That's Paul Skeens versus Sandy Alcantara. Like, that is like an elite matchup. I would be going to that if I was in town.
That's true. Because of the matchup alone, that is a worthy opening day. Hopefully the Marlins will actually sell out opening day for a team.
Oh, man, no time for 3 Facts Jack and dad jokes this week.
Yeah, I think we do.
No, it's fine, Dad.
I think we do. Good. But by the way, we're going to do a lot of stuff in next week's episode from the cruise, and one of the things I want us to do.
Oh, stop! You and I are just going to be hammered the whole time.
One of the things I want you and I to do. I want you and I to do a segment watching Jimmy Butler night at the Heat
Oh
Arena.
no,
Because
if we're watching that, we will for sure recap that on the next episode.
yeah, because one of us is going to be dead wrong.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any in between here. One of us is dead wrong and one of us is dead right. So let's see.
And it's going to be a 7 p.m. of a C day, I believe that Thursday is. So
Yeah.
it might be sloppy.
How about that?
Me and you might be like, hey, you're an idiot. You're an idiot.
Yeah, the drink package will be in full effect.
That's seriously, we don't need to do those bits every episode. We'll do them next week. See you, everybody.
Okay. You're the EP. I respect you. I do not respect your opinion on Jimmy Butler night, but we'll see who's right. Thank you all, listeners. Appreciate all you voting. Get on social media. Vote in our Final Four poll. We'll have all those results next week from somewhere in the Caribbean.
Pow just texted me. Greg's hair looks great. Shut up, Pow. I love you, but shut up.
Nothing about my
does
hair.
look great.
Huh? Nothing
I
about
tell
my
you,
hair.
man. It's called hair coloring.
What, you colored it gray?
It almost looks dark brown instead of gray.
Dad,
What?
you think your hair's not giving off gray? You think
Me?
you see brown?
I see brown when I look at my head right now.